Today's episode is filmed at the Graduate Knoxville, your game day headquarters in one of the coolest hotels downtown. Be sure to go check them out. Their links will be at the top of the description. Big thank you again to the Graduate Knoxville for sponsoring today's episode.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 4 of the O'Reilly Show. And on the O'Reilly Show, you are just going to be able to get
Content directly from us, student athletes. You're going to be able to engage with us through the comments, ask us questions, and then request who you want to see on the show. So
Right.
today
And
we're at, go ahead.
we're getting around. We're going to, on maybe the next episode, we're going to ask questions, answer questions, for the questions that we have been getting. So we're going to get around to it. So keep giving us questions.
Yes.
And, we're going to provide that content for you.
Yes, we will. We'll definitely be answering some next week. But today we're back at the Graduate Hotel shooting in this beautiful location, nice comfy couches.
Very.
But I first want to thank O for coming on the show today. You got back late.
Of course.
What time did you get back?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. from Florida. And how are you feeling? I see scratches,
Yeah.
scrapes.
Yeah.
How are you honestly feeling?
Feeling real smooth, it's okay, as far as win-loss game,
Yeah.
but honestly just really kind of upset.
Yeah,
honestly, kind
definitely.
of upset. But you get those opportunities. That's a big game you want to
Yeah.
play in. So just being able to play in that game and really just a Tennessee-Florida rivalry game, that's one of the biggest games in college football.
absolutely.
So being able to play in the game and then allowing us to come back and we're going to be able to learn from it
Definitely.
and really just grow as a team. So I feel like it's going to help us a lot.
Yeah. So what do you think you've learned so far? I know you're going to dissect it this upcoming week and have a lot of film to watch, but what can you take away right now?
I really just say be in a moment. Don't let the moment get too big for us. Really just have fun while you're out there. I know at parts of the game, you will see people kind of getting down because we are losing this, but really just continuing to have fun. That's the main thing. That's always we come in here when we win. We pride ourselves on how much fun we have and everything like that. So we just have to continue to have fun, continue to know that we know who we are inside our facility. We know what we can do. We know what we're capable of as a team. So we really have to just be able to do that and go out there every Saturday and be the best team on the field.
Absolutely. And going back to the rivalry part, the
Yeah.
Swamp, how is it playing in the Swamp? Obviously loud. There was quite a few penalties coming from us. So how is it, how loud is it, and how big of an impact is that in the game?
It's really, it's real cool, playing in the Swamp, the history just Florida has. So it's cool just to be able to play there, different things like that, especially a night game. And the crazy thing is their student section is right behind your bench basically. So you have all these fans right behind you and it's so tight. Literally, if you was to walk past the student section, they could pull on you and everything like that. It's crazy how close and tight it is. But playing there, it's a great environment. You have, I wouldn't say it's a great environment, but it's not the best environment I've been in. You have times where it's it's lit in here. And I want to say the fourth quarter, they had cut the lights off and it was then they had made them blue and orange and stuff like that. So it was cool to see that. I feel that's always just cool, the lights and everything.
Yeah.
But I've been in I don't think nothing compares to Neyland. Just seeing Neyland is it's kind of hard to compete. It's
Yeah,
hard to compete
definitely.
with Neyland, honestly. It's hard to compete.
What other SEC school, maybe besides Neyland and us?
I have to say my COVID year, my freshman year, Auburn.
Okay.
Auburn was pretty cool. Especially I want to say, especially that year, it was a whole weird year, and not really having fans.
Definitely.
But I guess Auburn just did not care about the fan rule COVID, because it was so many people at the game when we played Auburn. So that was one of my first opportunities to go on the road, SEC game, and just continue to see the environments. And it's different seeing it playing and going on visits and things like that. When you go on visits, you really just enjoy being there.
Yeah,
But then
exactly.
now you're in a game, you still enjoy the atmosphere, you embrace it, but you gotta lock in, you really can't be too focused about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What's
then-
a good what's the atmosphere in softball that's lit?
Good. I'm gonna be biased, obviously ours, and our
Yeah,
fans are just.
y'all do. I love the fan. I love the I don't know if they got their own little name or something, but they always wear the little
The
wigs.
Locos.
The Locos.
The Locos,
They
yes.
be lit every game. Yeah.
They sit right by the booths up there, and they have a cheer for every single person on our team.
Every single person.
And they're just like
So what's your cheer?
West came east, Lottie Lottie, what a beast, and they just like repeat it.
West came east, Lottie Lottie, what a beast.
Yes, so they have
Smooth.
a cheer for everyone. They travel, they follow us around. They were at the World Series with us. It's like I haven't been to another school that has that type
Something
of fan
like
base
that.
that follows them.
That's
But
dope.
best environments, it depends, because you know how home plate is lower for us and
Mm-hmm.
our fans sit a bit higher. Different stadiums have different fields, obviously.
yeah.
So like Florida, they're like same level with you. Alabama, same level with you.
Okay.
And so I would say those are not as
Yeah.
good environments because the fans will just chirp in your ear as you're on deck or
Mm-hmm.
doing different things. But
I feel like they kind of like may give you
yeah,
energy though,
yeah, no,
too,
yeah,
at the
it
same
definitely
time.
does because when someone's talking trash right next to you, and then you're like, okay, like watch this.
Yeah.
But yeah, our fans are a little bit higher, so I feel like the fans aren't as in the game talking to you,
And they
they're
wouldn't
just
mess with you if
Yeah.
at a home game they wouldn't mess with you if you're trying to pat.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But yeah, definitely good environments
Mm-hmm.
depending on how the stadiums are.
Would you rather play home or away?
Oh, home.
Home.
So I can sleep in my bed. See,
Mm-hmm.
softball versus football. And you guys play home, you stay at a hotel.
Right.
When we stay at home, I sleep in my bed. I use my
Okay.
shower. I cook my food. Well, my breakfast, depending on the meal.
Yeah.
But I would much rather play home. And also, I don't like flying.
Yeah. You don't like flying?
Hate flying.
Really?
For me to be going to school in Tennessee versus coming from California, I don't know why I chose a school that's that far.
Yeah.
Well, I know why I love it here,
Yeah.
but I have to fly to get here. And I
True.
hate flying.
True.
But
Our flight back last night, it was so bumpy. like,
bumpy,
it was so
how's
bumpy.
turbulence for you? Does turbulence make you nervous?
A little bit. Like, it depends. It really depends. Like, I don't mind a little turbulence,
Mm-hmm.
but like, far as last night,
Mm-hmm.
it was crazy. I turned around because one of my teammates, Bryson, he don't really like to fly either.
Okay.
And we was just talking about it that upcoming week. He was
Yeah.
like, bro, I just hope it's like no turbulence.
Yeah, I say that
And it
before
was
every.
crazy turbulence. Like,
Were you like white knuckling the seat?
nah, I wasn't.
No, that's me. I'm like
Yeah.
sitting there like breathing like
Nah,
slowly.
yeah, I wasn't white nothing. I actually didn't even have my seatbelt on.
All right.
I was just chilling.
So what is your guys' away game like? What does it look
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like? Because we've talked about before. How is it
yeah.
when you play home? But away and playing at 7 p.m. Just run us through the day and then until you get home.
So basically, I start like for that Friday. Like that
Okay.
Friday, you go through your fast Friday, your practice that morning, you come back. Depending on where you play, like you might bus or
Okay.
you might fly. So when we played in Nashville, we bus.
Yeah.
Because it's so close.
Yeah, definitely.
So then we flew to Florida, obviously. So everybody gets screened. Like they screen us at the facility.
Oh, okay. Before
co-
you even go to the.
So
okay.
once you get to the airport, you literally just getting straight on the plane.
We get screened at the airport.
Yeah, they screen us at the facility. So offense gets screened, defense gets screened. Get on the bus, go to the airport, get on the plane. Once you get there, you at the hotel chilling. You have devotional, your team meeting, you have dinner. Then you just free.
Okay.
That's why I like some schools and then guys who transfer in. They was like our hotel Friday nights. Like you usually will have meetings like all night until up to curfew basically. But like we're free, like so we can hang with our family in the lobby.
Oh, that's nice.
You can play games like play cards or whatever.
Oh,
like
cool.
Coach Hype, he's big on like allowing us to just be free and just
Okay.
enjoying being around your teammates.
Yeah,
Like he's
exactly.
not trying to force everything. Like he allows us to be free and just have fun. Then
Okay.
Saturday, a night game, it's probably like I love night games
Yeah.
because the atmosphere of the games is amazing. But the build up for the games is so long. It's so long. Like then you stay at the hotel all day.
Mm-hmm.
You have meetings, a little bit of meetings, like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then you're really just chilling in the hotel like all day. I know I probably took 2 to 3 naps.
Oh wow! Before the game.
Yeah,
you were
like-
well rested then. That's good.
Yeah, well rested for sure. But yeah, that's really it. Then you go to the game. Then right after the game, you go from the stadium to the airport.
Okay, and then you got home at 3 a.m.
No matter what time.
Man, I
No
don't
matter
know.
what time, you come right back that night.
Okay, so going back to Heupel and how he is letting you guys play free, what was the messaging from him or your
Yeah.
specific coaches throughout that game?
Really just settle in. You know, I'll say at halftime, you know, really he just came in, all the coaches came in, they was just like, you know, that's not who we are. That first 30 minutes, that one Tennessee brand football that we have showcased.
Yeah.
And really just coming back out there as far as the defense, we want to make sure that we start playing how we know how to play what we do, have fun, go out there, play free. So we just really going out there after halftime, just trying to have fun, do what we do, get stops. And then as far as offense, because we kind of separated, so I don't really know what they were saying to him. But I know as a team, that's what Hype was talking to us. He was just like, that's not the brand of football we play. Like, we got to come out here, show who we are, have fun, you know, just capitalize on our opportunities, capitalize on their mistakes when they give them to us. Like, those are big. So that's really what he was just, it's never like, something our coaches say, especially my coach, Coach G, it's never destructive criticism. Like, it's always constructive.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like that's something he's big on. Like, in this room, like, it's a constructive criticism room. Like, it's not a destructive criticism room, because, like, of course you want to be corrected. You want to get, like, your mistakes, and you want to be able to fix them. But, you know, you have those, there's times where people try to be destructive, and that just doesn't fly well with the people you're trying to coach, because, like, you're not going to get anything out of them but a reaction.
Yeah, exactly. So as a leader, do you take that into your leadership? And then how does this loss, because as a leader you take more responsibility.
Right,
so how, as a leader, do you feel after this game?
I feel, you know, I was talking to one of my friends, Liz, earlier, and I was just talking to her about, because she was just calling me, asking me how the game went, because she watched all the games. But I was just like, you know, it's really crazy, because, like, I put so much on myself being a leader.
Exactly.
Like, and I just want to make sure, like, I approach every day right, so that the team approach every day right.
Exactly.
Because, like, far as I'm a leader, so they're going to look to me, especially times like this, like, when everything's going good, everybody's on the high horse. Like, now you done lost. How do you approach this week of practice? How do you approach everything that we do? Like, do you keep the same mindset? Or do you come in trying to get better, or you think like, oh, we done lost, like our season go downhill from here? And that's what you can't allow to happen as a leader, because, like, everything is a lesson. Like, you got to take this loss as a lesson and then flip it, and then it's just going to be better for the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And then going off that, how when everything's good, you feel like you're on cloud nine.
Facts.
So this is the reality of being a student athlete. You're on a high, you're doing great, and then something happens. How do you guys deal with, you're on the biggest platform in college right now, and you guys are ranked. How do you guys deal with all that criticism, social media, from the outside world? Because a week ago, everyone would have been like, oh, Tennessee football is the greatest thing on the planet. Have a bad game, a tough loss, and it flips the script completely. So how do you guys deal with that, and do you guys talk about that as a team?
Yeah, that's why really before we talk about it as a team, like, just saying, like, we know who we are in the facility.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
we can't bank on people to come and, like, we can't bank on the outside noise to give us fuel, because, like, at the same time, when something doesn't go right, they're still gonna like, they're gonna talk, they're gonna do all this, and you're never gonna satisfy the outside noise.
Never.
Regardless of what you do. Like, if you have a good game, but you still win, you play kind of bad like last week, they still have something to say.
Always.
So you're never trying to satisfy the outside noise, because, like, it's never gonna go right for you anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to let them do what they do, let them fans be fans, and let football players be football players, because, like, we coming in, we the ones working every day, we the ones coming out here basically showcasing what we can do for fans, you know what I mean? So it's kind of tough, like, being a student athlete. But something I do a lot, I journal.
Okay.
Yeah, I journal. So, like, just how I'm feeling, like, how I think, like, the season's going, where I'm at in my life, and different things like that. Just, I journal to make sure that it just kind of give me, like, my own comfort, my own safe space to just really put out how I feel. You know, like, I talk to Jabari, like, we have talks, like, almost every Sunday, or at least once a week, really. Just, like, for mental purposes, because, like, when you a student athlete, especially, like, being a leader on a team like that, like, so many people expect so much out of you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your team, you know, people outside, like, everybody is always looking at you, like, you're always under a magnifying glass, no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's really just, like, and sometimes, like, being realistic, like, that can get annoying, like, people always watching you, watching everything that you do. And when you obviously, you see other people, like, doing the same thing as you, like, but whatever you do is gonna have a magnifying glass on it. 100%. So you really just have to be able to be able to be comfortable with your own space.
Yeah,
and that's why I journal.
Okay, that's like do you do anything else that kind of is taking time for yourself? Because
play the game.
Oh, video game.
Yeah, for sure.
What game? Like 2K, is that the game?
Yeah, it's the game right now.
Okay.
It just came out, like 2K just came out maybe like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So like everybody's on there or grinding with their grinding with their creative players, like just trying to be the best on the game. So I know a lot of my team, like we play the game a lot.
Okay.
Like just playing with each other, like we'll play against different people, and it give you a chance to, like, you know, you compete on there, you talk, you talking, you know, to the team, your teammates and stuff like that. So it's fun, and I feel like that really just helps everybody because like it allows you to get away from school, it allows you to get away from football, and you just playing a game. Nobody around you. You got your headset on, like you probably got some music playing.
Yeah.
I know me, I always have my headset on. I got music playing. I cut my little LED lights. I cut my little LED lights on blue, and then I put my TV on like the little ocean, like a little ocean thing.
Okay.
So it just give me a whole little vibe, like I'm
that's
playing
good.
a game, chilling, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't think people understand how hard it is being a student athlete, in the sense that you have people watching your every step, you more so than other sports.
Right.
And then being a leader on top of that. So it's good to do things like that, play the game, as silly as that might sound to people, to be free.
Yeah.
So
our coach, he always says, Coach G, like I said, he always says, to whom much is given, much is required. Like that's his favorite thing, like to say, especially like to me. Like he loves saying it to me because like he understands the position I'm in. He knows, and like he just always trying to push me every day. So if he see me, I come in someday. Like obviously, you know, you have tough days where it's like you're tired, different things like that. He might pull me to the side, just be like, "Come on, like get going." Like everybody looking at you, they depending on you. Like set the tone, basically. So it's good to have a coach like that where he understands when you're having hard days, like, but he still knows how to come to you, like, and really just get you going, basically. So it's good like that.
yeah. Do you guys have personal days?
Like, nah, there ain't no such thing.
Well, for us, like our coaches, we have one personal day.
So
And
like
so
you
it's
could
like-
just take it.
Yeah. So if I had a really bad mental day, if I have too much on my plate with school, call coach, hey, I'm going to take my personal day just to get things back on track. And I've never used a personal day in my 4 years.
Man.
But it's the fact that knowing that I can take that day if I
yeah.
need to.
I feel like if you know you can take one, you're probably not gonna take it.
Yeah, and then it mentally makes you stronger because you're like, I'm gonna save it for a harder day. But then it's like, oh, that actually was the hardest
was the hardest day. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
it makes
crazy.
you But
I didn't. Nah.
well, you guys really don't have time
Nah, there's no time
because
for personal
tomorrow
day.
you're starting with.
I would say we kind of have like a built-in personal day.
Okay.
On Thursdays, basically.
Yes.
I would
okay.
say our built-in personal day is like on Thursdays. So you go throughout the week, you know, you seeing everybody constantly having meetings, seeing them in the morning, afternoon because of meetings. But Thursday you come in, you have real slight practice, walkthrough, like focus on all the details for whoever you playing that week. But then that night you don't have meetings.
Okay, cool.
So you're free. Like really depending on your class schedule, once you get out of practice, like you might not have nothing the rest of the day.
Well,
so
nice.
that's kind of like your personal day.
Okay.
I would say it's built in.
Okay.
But as far as like, coach, nah, I'm having a personal, like, I'm having a tough day.
Yeah.
Like, they gonna look at me and be like, yeah, just go ahead, come in.
Yeah, but I've never taken my personal day.
Yeah,
So.
I feel like, I don't know.
How's your eye? If you can't see on camera,
Yeah.
his eye is poked.
know
He
if you
came
can
in here
really
with the
see,
red
yeah.
eye. Talk to me about that, and then I want to talk about the targeting play, because that was crazy too.
Yeah, so basically, it happened in the middle of a play. Like, I come off, and a dude, like, raises his hands. I don't know if you ever, like, when something's about to happen to you, you kind of see it happening. Like, does it... Like, it's like, it was happening fast, but at the same time, like, I knew.
You knew about to get...
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense if you're going to get poked in the eye.
Yeah, like, you see it coming, and then, like, he hit me with his thumb.
Oh.
So it's like, he come up to try to block, and, like, he hit me right in my eye. And I'm, like, holding him up. I'm like, bro, stop. I'm like, bro, chill.
And he kept it there?
Huh? No, he didn't keep it there. He just like hit it fast and like he just was trying to move his hands.
Okay.
And he like hit it and I'm like, bro, chill. And like he's still trying to block me and he asking me, he talking to me while he trying to block me. He like, bro, what happened? I'm like, bro, you just hit me in my eye. Like you just poked me in my eye. He was like, oh, okay, my fault. Then he like just stopped. But I couldn't see. Like, when it happened, I couldn't see. So I just took a knee. And then
Did you freak out? Because I would have been like,
Nah,
I
didn't freak
can't see,
out.
I'm going blind, like
I
something.
didn't freak out. I was just like, then when I went to the sideline, like literally right when I went to the sideline, I go to the sideline and they shut the lights off in the stadium. They shut the lights off in the stadium. So I'm like, bro, I cannot see.
Yeah.
And then the trainers, they just gave me some eye drops.
Okay.
And I was like, I just had to keep blinking my eyes.
Dang.
I was like, bro, I can't see.
Yeah.
But then I just went back out there.
Okay, so that was the first rough patch.
Yeah.
Second, to finish the game, if you didn't watch, sadly
Right.
got called for targeting, hit
That's
the
crazy.
quarterback. But explain that play, because if you watch it, number one, I know you're not
Yeah,
going to
like-
intentionally do that with 4 seconds
then
left in the
it's
game.
like-
But
If you're taking my thing was like, if you're going to take a knee at the end of a game, like just take the knee.
by where the ball snapped,
And my
right?
thing was the center, like literally, like, you know, we competing, but we still like talking and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the play before that, the center was like, it was time already going down. The center was like, nah, we running a play, so protect yourself. I'm like, okay, so they come out, they run a play. The next play, he was like, we just taking a knee. I'm like, okay. So if you watch the video, like, I come off, I just stand there. And I see the dude, like, just back there running around. I'm like.
the quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback.
So you think he's about to...
Right, I'm like, so if the quarterback back there just running around, and it's still time on the clock, like, so if the quarterback back there just running around, like, natural instinct is get to the quarterback. So I run to him. As I'm running, he like, and he wasn't really fully down yet.
Okay.
And then so I go, and I like go in, but I didn't like hit him full fledged. Like literally, like his could be much worse than what happened.
Definitely.
And then so I kind of back off and show my hands, like showing I'm not trying to. And like he fell back, flopped, like it was crazy. I'm like, it's not even that serious.
And
Like,
then a full scuffle
Bro.
fight. Yeah, happened.
And
you were like this. You didn't do anything.
I'm just backing back, and when it happened, next thing you know, I turn around, I see straight Florida players right in front of me. I'm like, all right, so it's gonna have to go down. It's
So
gonna
you
have to
didn't
go
throw a
down.
punch?
I didn't throw a punch because I'm thinking, like, you throw punches, you get suspended.
Exactly.
So I'm like, don't throw a punch, like, just chill, like, a little confrontation, a little talk. and
Yeah.
It's all right, you gonna talk, you gonna be done, the game gonna be over. Like, so then you just see people squaring up, people throwing punches. A dude come in out of nowhere.
In the
and
video,
he
you
just
can see,
pushed me
yeah.
in my face. I'm like,
A push
yeah.
is different than a punch. You don't get suspended for a push, but a punch you get suspended.
It's really different. Like, he pushed me in my face, which is not like, that's kind of, he could, but they
It's not
probably
as
won't.
serious as a
I don't
punch.
know. Because I don't know to the length that the refs, like, reviewed
Yeah.
the things and stuff. So it's just crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a crazy way to end the game.
So
though.
you are suspended or you are not? Because I saw
Yeah.
on social media some people were saying that it got reversed. As of
Yeah.
right now, are you?
As of right now, that's what they're saying, that I am.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's all right, though.
no, you're fine. So
Nah, it's
UTSA
alright.
is next Saturday.
And if I am, it's a half.
Okay, it's not the full
Because like, I
game.
didn't throw any punches or anything like that, so it's not me having to miss multiple games.
Oh, okay, for sure.
It would just be the targeting call, which is with the targeting rule is if you get a target in the game, you have to miss a half.
Okay.
So the game didn't end, so I wouldn't have to miss the full game of the next.
Oh, okay.
The game still had time on the clock,
Oh,
so that's
okay,
why I only
okay.
miss a half.
So if you were to do it in the first quarter, you would miss the whole rest of the game?
No, if I did it in the first quarter, I would be good to play the next game because I would miss the second half.
Gotcha,
of the
gotcha.
game.
Okay, so I know we talked about outside noise we're not listening to,
Yeah.
but the SEC this weekend, you spent a lot of time in the hotel. Were you guys watching games?
Nah.
Not really. But the SEC is kind of just like, it's a little weird right now. Alabama barely beat USF.
Yeah.
And then Georgia was losing to South Carolina at half. So don't take the loss too hard. There's a bunch of
Nah,
craziness
yeah,
going
that's why
on.
We was just like, just talking to Jabari today earlier. We was just everything we want to do, which our goal is to win the East, is still available to
Yeah,
do.
definitely.
You get into situations where you just have to continue to go out there. You got to
Mm-hmm.
play your hardest and just let the chips fall where they fall. Like you can't get caught up in one loss.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like Jabari was saying last week, like it's any given Saturday. Like you never know.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally any given Saturday. It's college football. Like you don't know how it's gonna play out. You just got to go out there and do what you coached to do. Like fall back on your fundamentals. But yeah, like any given Saturday, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And I'm sure so many people probably would have never thought that South Florida was be in a game with
With Alabama,
So
exactly. Yeah.
You never know.
I don't know if you saw the game. Well, you rewatched our game
What,
yet.
our game? No, I
But
haven't.
there was a segment on you and your mom.
I know
Rowe.
so many people
Yes.
like, and then they had came to me and they was like, your mom was an educator, right? I'm like, yeah, she was a teacher. And I was like, but she doesn't teach anymore. She's like just over like the
Like a
engagement.
superintendent or
Yeah,
something
basically.
like that? Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, so that's what she does now. And they was like, well, we want to do something for her this week. I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, cool. So then they just, they was like, just give me pictures and everything of your mom. So then I sent her the pictures. And when I told her, she thought it was like gonna be like at a home game, cause it was our media people who came to us about it.
Okay.
So
it wasn't
she thought-
Holly Rowe, because Holly Rowe did the story.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't Holly Rowe. So they thought it was just gonna be at Tennessee on the Jumbotron or something, like just talking about it on the Jumbotron or something. But nah, she was like on ESPN
Yes.
on the game on Saturday night. So she went, and people was sending it to me. They was sending it to her,
Yes.
and she was like, "Man, that's just crazy."
Yeah, and then the story had us cracking up because I was watching with Zayda and Shakara, and we were cracking up because you were like, "I'm gonna get away with this because I didn't turn my homework in." Like that was so funny.
Yeah, like she didn't play no games. No games. I feel if your parent has ever taught you, coached you, anything like that,
yes.
like it's different. It's
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
different
Did
because like they gonna get on you harder.
Oh my God, yes.
Like they gonna expect way more out of you. Like it's great. Has like your parents or something ever taught you, coached you, or anything like that?
So my mom's a teacher as well.
Yeah.
She teaches second grade right now.
Okay,
So,
cool.
but growing up, I feel like she was hard on my sister and I
Yeah.
because she was a teacher. And like if we had ever had any problems in class, or she would be like, "Now what did you like?" I don't know. My mom was just hard on us.
Right.
I did get 100% on my state test in third grade when my mom was a third grade teacher. So she really helped me out with that.
That's
and then
smooth.
my dad coached me growing up.
That's
and I
smooth.
think that's one of the reasons why I chose softball, because he knew the least amount about softball
Yeah.
compared to basketball and soccer. Basketball, I would just get yelled at going up and down the court, so I didn't want any part of that. And
I
then
feel
soccer,
that.
I just it didn't hit the same as softball. And I
feel
think it was
that.
probably because my dad didn't yell
I
at me.
feel that. I
Your
feel
dad
that.
coached you in football, right?
Yeah, my dad
then-
put me in football. That was crazy. Football and basketball.
Oh yeah.
That was
And so
crazy.
why did you choose football over basketball?
Really just, that's why I got the most offers in football.
Okay.
And then like bigger offers, football.
Okay.
Like basketball, you have small little interest school, people come to the school and stuff. They just talking to you like, oh yeah. But you kind of know like you a football player. So
Yeah.
they not really gonna give you. But I played all like basketball, national circuits, like always playing, because I always played with people who were top recruits, like in high school or like at the time growing up, like in basketball. So like
Okay.
I was always on those teams
Okay.
and different things like that. But football really just like when I started focusing on football mainly was when I got my first offer.
Who was your first offer?
Tulsa.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
Tulsa. They had came. It was after my freshman year. It was like the freshman spring.
Okay.
They came to the school. We was having a little spring practice, and then like they saw me out there. Then afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, we want to offer you."
Oh, that's
I was
so
like, "Yeah,
sweet.
that's smooth."
Yeah. Okay, last question about the game, then we'll move on because that
Bet.
game's in the past. Truthfully,
It's
you
already
have to
in the
move
pa-
on anyway.
Already in the past.
What was that weird play where they were able to run their defense players off the field and we were in a groove? What happened
Yeah,
there?
I don't-
And obviously, I'm gonna be biased. I'm a Tennessee fan. I go here.
Yeah, like-
I was like, the refs are killing us. But what was that play? Like, run us through that.
I don't really remember like too much, but so the rule is like if you're subbing, like then the other team has the opportunity to sub.
Gotcha.
But I don't think we
weren't
subbed.
subbing. No.
So they should not have been able to sub.
Yeah.
But the ref was still holding the, and we run tempo, like we go so fast.
Exactly. That's our
that
thing.
like people try to sub or like they'll just fake an injury, go down or something like that. So that way it stopped the momentum
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
of the offense. But I don't think they were subbing. And then like I was talking to Joe, he was saying at one point they like kept respotting the ball, like kept moving
It
the
was
ball
that's
around.
they reset. The
Yeah,
refs
so I'm
reset.
like, I don't know too much about the play in general, but it's a lot of fishy stuff that like I don't really.
Yeah,
think
it was
happening.
kind of odd.
And I heard like that the ball had got kicked or something like
The
that.
ref,
so
if you rewatch
it's-
it, the ref kicked the ball and then they had to reset it. They ran players off, and I was like, "What's going?"
It's-
Because that's our
yeah.
groove. Once
and,
we get
and we got off the field on that.
Yeah.
They stopped us on that.
Yeah.
So that's
they were
that's
able.
a big
We had
play
them
in
on
the
their
game.
heels, and we were
It's
able
a big
to.
play in the game.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
had
a
the
lot of
momentum.
fishy stuff happened in that play in the
was odd.
game.
In the game.
But
That's odd.
Gotta leave it in the
God,
past.
it's in the past. So speaking
Gotta
of,
leave it in the past.
you start with UTSA tomorrow. You go through that.
Yeah. So basically, we'll come in, we'll watch their last game.
Okay.
We'll watch their last game, see how they perform, they win, loss. Then we'll go through. They have a real good offense.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a pretty
Gotcha.
good offense. So it'll be a good challenge for the defense this
Okay.
week, just to really be able to go out there, show that we put the game behind us, and
Gotcha.
just show who we are. But I would say the thing that I'm most excited for this week
What?
is getting a chance to see one of my friends that
Yeah.
play for UTSA.
Who's your friend?
His name is Frenchie.
French. How long have you?
Montavious French. I know him
Wait, did
so-
he used to go here?
Yeah, he used to go here.
Okay,
Yeah, he used
okay,
to go
cool.
here. Yeah. So I'm excited to see him. You know, that's my boy.
Oh,
So
that's
it's gonna be fun
sweet.
to
Do you
see
guys
him.
get to like swap jerseys at all?
You don't swap jerseys, but like we can take pictures after the
Okay,
game.
and then how long have you known him?
Like middle school.
Oh wow.
Known him since middle school, through high school, different football stuff, and then we all came to the same. We was getting recruited by the same places.
Oh, cool.
And like he from Memphis too.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
like
Gotcha.
you come in, and when you get recruited, like they have all the Memphis people like
Together?
there at one weekend, like
Okay.
all the Memphis people there. So then like they all trying to bring us in, like form this class basically around Memphis people.
Okay. That
So
makes
then
sense.
like we all just end up coming here. All the Memphis people end up coming here. And it was crazy because like we all just continue to get so close.
Do you guys, when you guys get recruited, do you guys come on visits during football season? But you play on Friday night, so how does that work?
Really it depends. So like if it's close, I know a couple times like I would fly, like especially if it's an official or something.
Yeah.
They'll fly depending on like where you at, flights, different things like that. They might fly you out after the game.
Like a red eye.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like you might leave the game, go straight to the airport or something like that, or you might just fly out there Saturday morning,
Okay.
and then they'll fly you out on the earliest flight. But I know I drove to some because
Okay.
a lot of the schools I was visiting was in the south,
Okay. Yeah.
so it wasn't that far.
Okay.
And you just gotta kind of pick like what games, cause you don't know times for games until the week
Yeah,
of.
definitely.
So like you just kind of pick what games you want to go to, how you want to get there, different things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
When I got recruited and I was on the phone with Coach Karen, she's like, "We have these different weekends you can come."
So y'all have set weekends that.
So usually we do all of our visits during October.
Okay.
So we'll have
Like officials?
officials
Okay.
or unofficials, but we'll do all of our visits during October, and we try and get like when you guys play Texas A&M the best games. So like we had like 5 recruits during the Alabama game last
Yeah.
year. So that's when we usually do our visits. But I remember when I was getting recruited, Karen was like, what game do you want to come to? Do you want to come to the Florida game? Do you want to come to the Alabama game? And I remember my dad sitting there next to me and be like, go to Alabama. Like, you want to watch them play Alabama.
yeah.
So yeah, we try and get ours during SEC play
That's smooth.
in October. And then
That's smooth.
by November, we're usually kind of out of that recruitment window. And then Coach lets us, like go to the game fully as a team, and there's no hosts that aren't with each other.
All right, yeah,
But-
that's smooth. I don't think so. We had a SAC meeting. And
Okay.
You were at.
I was
Danny
at
White
Danny
house.
White's house. Yes, beautiful house. He invites every sport to his house.
Yeah. Everybody
And
get a chance.
Everyone
see the
gets a
crib.
chance to go and get good food. So yeah, we were there on Monday. But
All right, so we were talking about recruiting, hosting, different things like that. Do you host recruits
Yeah.
when they come, or like how does your coach pick, like who hosts the recruits?
okay, so it honestly depends on the player, where they're from, what position, and kind of match people from the same area and then
Okay.
position wise. So you can talk about, like, if you're a pitcher, you can talk about how it is pitching coach, all that type of thing. Because if I was to be paired with a pitcher, I'm not working with our pitching coach every day.
Right.
So I enjoy hosting. I like it. I like to talk
Yeah.
about UT a lot.
Yeah.
I like to talk about how much I love it here. So I like hosting. It's fun. And then when you're a host, you get to get the benefits of being a host and go
Right.
on the football field before the game and just like
food.
sit in the recruit section. So it's
Yeah.
really fun. I enjoy
What's
hosting.
like how do you set what's something that like y'all do like set up for recruiting? Like
So we do a team activity.
y'all have photo shoots?
They do photo shoots. They've done paintballing. They've done
Oh, that's
bowling.
tough.
On one of my visits, I did roller skating,
tough.
which I don't know if
In
I would
Knoxville?
in Knoxville.
You went roller skating?
Yes, I don't remember exactly where it was. I was younger, but I went roller skating. I'm surprised they let us do that because
Yeah, that's
breaking a
wild.
bone is like could really happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think last weekend our recruits went to bowling downtown.
That's tough.
So
Marble Alley.
Marble Alley, yeah. Are you able to host when you're playing? Like, how does that work?
Well, I don't really. If we have a game and a recruiter's in, like, we wouldn't host them until like that night, that Saturday night after the game.
Gotcha.
But majority of the time, they pair them with somebody who either is not traveling. Like, majority of the time, not traveling.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
like, that Friday night,
They
when
can
you come
hang
in,
out and talk.
they'll hang out with them. Like, they'll probably go to dinner, different things like that. And then Saturday, they'll come to the game, of course. And then, like, you might get with them, like, that night. So, it's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday, UTSA. Proud of you and your leadership.
Thank
you
you.
need some rest.
Yeah.
So.
I probably won't sleep, though.
Why?
It's I just, like, last night I didn't really go to sleep till like 6.
Oh. Well, you had so much adrenaline going.
Yeah, and then I
it's
can't
hard to
sleep
be
after
that.
games.
Yes, and
it's hard for me to sleep.
You have to have
games.
time to like calm down. What time's the game this weekend?
I think 4.
4. Okay.
4,
So you
which
should
is a different kickoff time. Like, again, like, I don't really see like the first home game was 5.
Okay.
Then
yeah,
now
it
we play at 4.
And then it was a 7.
It's different.
All right. Florida's in the past.
Fact.
UTSA this weekend. You need some rest, so we'll wrap it up here.
Fact.
Thank you so much for tuning in for our 4th episode of the O'Reilly Show. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. You know, give us some questions.
Yes, we'll definitely bring those
week,
questions
we're gonna
next week.
answer a lot of those questions as we've been getting. But thank you guys for supporting. Keep looking out for the content.